I still smell your shampoo on the pillowcase, even though you left 2 winters ago. The coffee cup you like still sits in the same place. I wash it sometimes just to let it go. Your shadow lingers in the hallway light. I catch it moving when I turn too fast. I tell myself it's only memories, cool trick. But God, those ghosts feel so damn real at last. My heart stayed too long after you were gone. You kept the door unlocked, kept the fire on, kept believing love might still come home. My heart stayed too long. Now it's bleeding where it doesn't belong. My heart stayed too long. I passed the bench we carved our names into. The letters faded, but I traced them still. I wonder if you ever drive this road, or if I'm the only one who can stand still. Friends say time will fix what love tore down. They don't know how loud the quiet gets. Every I'm fine is just another lie that I keep telling. Wake your voice in my chest. My heart stayed too long after you were gone. You kept the lights on, kept writing your songs, kept waiting for a knock that never comes. My heart stayed too long. Now it's breaking where it once was strong. My heart stayed too long. I try to lead you in the rearview mirror, but every mile marker has your name. I gave you up with shaking hands, but my heart never learned to play the game. Oh, my heart stayed too long, and now the hurting is all it's ever known. It still whispers your name when the night is long. My heart stayed too long. My heart stayed too long, and I don't know how to tell it you're gone. You came on, it's taped across your chest. Red flags flapping loud in every breath. Said you would ruin me, said you would disappear. I listened close, then pulled the chair up near. You broke every promise before you left your lips. Turn my trust to ash with your fingertips. I watched the damage spread like spilled red wine. Still poured another glass and called you mine. I loved you anyway. Through the nights you vanished, through the days you stayed. I loved you anyway. When the mirror showed pieces of the last. Friends stopped calling, said I lost my mind. I smiled and nodded, left the truth behind. Because even when you carved your name in pain, I traced the letters like they spelled my name. I loved you anyway. When the silence screamed louder than you ever could say, I loved you anyway. Picked up every shot you threw my way, kept bleeding love in colors you betray. I loved you anyway. I loved you anyway. I loved you anyway. Now the house is quiet, your echoes finally thin. I sit with all the ways I let you in, and wonder if the heart learns anything at all, or if it just keeps falling even after the fall. I loved you anyway. Long after reason packed his bags and ran away, I loved you anyway. Carried your ghost through every empty day, still do in pieces in the softest gray. I loved you anyway. God help me, I loved you anyway, and part of me still does. I trace your name in condensation on the glass, watched it disappear the way you always did. Kept every tiny scar you left across my palms, like proof that once you really existed. The radio plays songs we used to hate, now they feel like letters mailed too late. I turn the volume up to drown the quiet, but silence knows exactly where you said I loved you deeply. Going stupid, reckless, deep. Gave you the marrow no one else could keep. You took the light and left the husk behind. I'm still breathing echoes of your kind. I loved you deeply, God help me. I loved you deeply. Your toothbrush ghost still stands beside the sink. Blue bristles faded like the promises you would think. I can't go without, it's evidence we happened, even if the happening is only mine now. I walked the long way home to stretch the evening, hoping memory might catch up and stay. But every street light knows you're never turning, every shadow wears your face anyway. I loved you deeply, past reason, past repair. Poured every color into empty air. You walked away, still carrying my seasons, left autumn bleeding in my veins for reasons. I love you deeply, still do, stupidly deeply. you deeply, like roots love the ground, like sirens love the moment after sound. You're gone and still the deepest part of breathing. Meaning anything. The last page turned, but I kept reading anyway. Your name still printed in the margins, faded gray. I traced the final sentence where you said goodbye. Held the book against my chest like it could still reply. They say time rewrites endings, makes the hurt grow small. But every calendar flip just carves your name in the wall. I wake up reaching for chapters we never wrote. Still believing the story ends with your coat. I loved you past endings, past the slam door, past the ring gone cold, past the wisdom that was supposed to hold. I loved you past endings, when the credits rolled and the theater went black. I stayed in my seat waiting for you to come back. I loved you past endings, I loved you past endings. Your toothbrush left a faint blue stain on porcelain. I scrub it every Sunday, but the ghost stays in. I keep your voicemail timestamped like holy text. Play it on repeat until the battery forgets. The city moved on, seasons changed their clothes. I walk the same streets wearing yesterday's ghosts. Every corner remembers how you used to turn. Every light still waits for the lesson I never learned. I love you past endings, past the silence that swallowed every word, past the promises broken, the bridges burned. I loved you past endings, when the world said enough and the music stopped playing. I kept humming your name through the quiet decay. And I loved you past endings, I loved you past endings. If love had a grave, I would sleep on the stone. Whisper you laughed it in the dirt and bone. I know you finished, I know the book closed. We packed our dreams in cardboard boxes by the stairs, taped them shut with promises and midnight prayers. You lifted one side, I held the other end, but the weight grew heavier the closer we got to pretend. Your hand slid first when the hallway turned too narrow. I reached to steady us, found only air and sorrow. The boxes tumbled slow like falling autumn leaves, scattering every future we swore we loved that didn't carry us. Dropped us halfway down the road in dust. We built it tall, we built it wide, but it couldn't hold the hurt we tried to hide. Love that didn't carry us. Love that didn't carry us. I still find pieces in the corners of the room, a photograph, a ticket stub, your half-read perfume. I gather them gently, set them on the shelf, as if arranging relics could bring back ourselves. The driveway's empty now, no headlights cut the night. I sit on the steps and wait for wrong to feel right, but nothing arrives except the same old quiet rain, washing away the tracks where we once pulled in vain. Love that didn't carry us fell apart in silence, no dramatic fuss. We tried to lift it higher than our tired arms could reach, ended up with nothing but the echo of our speech. Love that didn't carry us. Maybe we were never meant to make the whole way through. Two people holding something too heavy for two. I let go first because I couldn't watch it break. You let go because staying felt like more mistake. Love that didn't carry us left me standing here beneath the weight of us. I still feel the strain across my empty hands, wondering how something so gentle became so grand. Love that didn't carry us, couldn't carry us. Love that didn't carry us, and we're both still falling. And we're both still falling. I built you a house inside every quiet word I kept. Long curtains of hope on the walls where your silence crept. You walked through the rooms, touched every door frame I made, then turned at the threshold and quietly walked away. Your laugh still lives in the corners of photos we took. Fingers brushing mine like they were reading a book. the story stops short at the edge of goodbye. Love that didn't choose me back, left me holding the map with no way to go back. I poured out my forever in rivers of try. You dipped in your toes, then looked up at the sky. Love that didn't choose me back. Love that didn't choose me back. I still set two places when the table feels wrong. One place stays empty, but the candle burns on. I talk to the flame like it might carry sound. Ask why your heart never turned itself around. The mirror shows someone learning to stand up alone, but the shadow behind me still reaches for home. I tell it you're gone, that the choice wasn't cruel. Yet every night it keeps asking for you. Love that didn't choose me back, gave me a taste, then took the whole track. I offered my mornings, my midnights, my all. You smiled like it mattered, then answered the call of something that wasn't. Love that didn't choose me back. I would have rewritten the stars if you'd only said stay. Bent every constellation to light up your way. But love isn't begging and it isn't a debt. It's a quiet decision, and yours wasn't mad. Love that didn't choose me back, left the deepest cut with the softest attack. I'm still here whispering thank you and please to a heart that was honest enough not to tease. Love that didn't choose me back, it just didn't choose me. Love that didn't choose me back, and I'm still bleeding quietly, and I'm still bleeding quietly. I still smell your shampoo on the pillow you left. The one you said was too soft, but you slept on it best. Your half of the closet still hangs like a ghost. Every shirt whispering things I miss most. I drive past our coffee shop every damn day. Same corner table, your chair turned away. I order your usual black with one sugar, then watch the steam rise like hope getting uglier. And this is the love that didn't hold, slipped through my fingers, brittle and cold. I gave you forever and handfuls of sin. You let it all fall right out of your hands. Love that didn't hold, love that didn't hold, love that didn't hold. to break free. You were the current, I was the one who believed that holding on tighter would make you stay with me. This is the love that didn't hold, fading like bruises, quiet and cold. I still reach for you in the shape of the dark, but your outline is gone and it's tearing my heart. Love that didn't hold, God, it didn't hold. Love that didn't hold, and I'm still holding on. I opened my hands when you asked for the sky. Let every dream slip like sand running by. You said you needed room, needed wind, needed flight. So I stood very still while you vanished from sight. Your laughter still echoes off walls painted blue, the color you chose when the world felt brand new. Now the paint peels in silence, flakes fall to the floor, each one a reminder you don't live here anymore. Love without holding is a fist made of smoke, a promise of air. Love without holding leaves fingerprints nowhere, just weightless despair. I gave you the freedom you begged me to give, and watched my forever fall straight through your sea. Love without holding, love without holding. The bed stays unmade on your side of the sheet. I smooth it each morning and crumple the knee, hoping the wrinkles might summon your shape. But fabric forgets faster than hearts can escape. I walk through the city we wandered on, past benches still carved with the names we put on. Strangers sit laughing where we used to sit. They don't know the story, they don't feel the split. Love without holding is a bird with clipped wings that still tries to fly. Love without holding is the ache in my throat when I look at the sky. I thought letting go meant you'd circle back near, but you flew straight upward and disappeared. Love without holding, love without holding. I would have closed every window, locked every gate, built walls from my body to keep out the hate. But you wanted the open, the vast, the unknown. So I stood in the doorway and watched you leave home. Fight without holding, left my palms empty, my arms full of cold. Love without holding turned forever to ash before 30 years old. I'm still here with open hands, learning to breathe while the wind carries pieces of what used to be we. awake, replaying words you never said to me. Your side of the bed is flat, no crease, no warmth, no fight. Just endless quiet, screaming through another sleepless night. I keep the lamp lit low so shadows look like you. Trace the outline of your shoulder where the darkness almost grew. But morning always comes and proves the light again. You're gone, and peace went with you, never to return. This is love without peace, a war inside my chest that never finds release. Every breath a battle, every sigh a wound. I loved you like a prayer that God refused to answer soon. Love without peace, love without peace. Your letters sit unopened in the bottom drawer, ink still fresh with promises we can't afford anymore. I read the first line once and felt the ceiling cave. Closed the box and told myself I'm learning to behave. The mirror shows a stranger practicing your name. Lips move slow like ritual, but nothing feels the same. I whisper it's okay until the light turns true. The peace stays out of reach, and I stay missing you. This is love without peace, the quiet riot raging underneath my skin. Every memory a blade that slices clean, cutting deeper every time I try to breathe again. Love without peace, love without peace. I thought surrender meant you'd finally rest in me. Instead I'm left holding flags of white stained red. You took the calm I offered, left me restless seas. Now every wave still carries echoes of the things you never said. This is love without peace, a heart still beating, hymns to what could never be. I'm learning how to live inside the storm you may carry in silence like a cross that never fades. Love without peace, still burning. Love without peace, and I'm still burning. Love without peace, love without peace. Wind came through the crack window last night, carried your scent out like it owed you goodbye. I wrap both arms around the space you used to fill. Found only cold ribs and a heart too stubborn to kill. Your chair still creaks when the floorboards remember how you leaned back laughing, light as September. Now it just sighs under nothing at all. Echoes the weight that you never let fall. Love without shelter arms left me standing in the open, taking harm. No walls, no cover, no place to hide the break. Just rain on raw skin for however long it takes. Love without shelter arms. Love without shelter arms. I keep replaying the moment you turned at the door. Eyes dry as summer pavement, voice small and sure. I said I can't be the home you're still trying to build. Then walked in the morning like the promise was fulfilled. The mirror shows someone learning to stand, but the outline behind me still reaches with your hand. I flinch when it touches, ghost fingers so kind, reminding me safety was only in my mind. Love without shelter arms, no place to run when the whole sky alarms. I beg for your hold when the thunder came near. You said you were tired of carrying fear. Love without shelter arms. Love without shelter arms. I would have been the roof, the doorway, the floor, anything solid so you wouldn't want more. But you needed the sky and I needed the ground, so we both ended up lost in the sound. Love without shelter arms fell through my fingers like unlit alarms. I'm still here whispering your name to the storm, hoping the echo feels a little bit warm. Love without shelter arms, still reaching, still breaking. Love without shelter arms. I still wake up reaching for the space you used to keep. Fingers curling nothing but the promise you couldn't keep. The clock on the nightstand ticks louder every day, counting all the hours since you walked away. Your favorite mug sits untouched beside the sink. Coffee stains like bruises that refuse to shrink. I rinse it every morning and pour one cup too many, hoping habit might trick the hurt into staying. My heart stayed broken. something you could peel away, but yours was surgical, took the whole damn vein. Now I'm learning how to live with open wounds that sing, every breath a quiet hymn to the pain you left me with. My heart stayed broken, not dramatic, not loud, just true. My heart stayed broken, still whispers your name like it's new. You're gone and the world keeps turning, but mine forgot what turning can do. My heart stayed broken forever. My heart stayed broken. The porch light's still on, same bulb from last July. I leave it burning low, so you might catch the glow. Keys in the same bowl, Kodak empty now. Every evening I pretend you're just running late somehow. I cook enough for two, then eat alone at the table. Your chair stays pulled out, napkin folded, label. The TV murmurs stories we used to laugh through. I'm muted when the door creaks, hoping it's you. My heart still waits like a train station clock that never learned to break. My heart still waits, counting seconds you promised you'd take, and listens for footsteps that never arrive. Still believes in the love you swore would survive. My heart still waits. My heart still waits. Your toothbrush dried up, bristles stiff and pale. I can't bring myself to throw it in the garbage pail. I run my thumb across it like it might still feel warm, like time could rewind to before the storm. Nights stretch longer now, shadows learn your shape. They sit beside me quiet, filling up the space. I whisper your name into the dark like prayer, hoping somewhere distant your sweaters like you were already gone. Neat little squares on the bed where we belonged. I watched from the doorway, throat full of unsaid, begging the silence to keep you instead. The last cup of coffee went cold in your hand. You stared at the steam like it held second plans. I said we can fix this, just give me the night. You answered with keys turning soft in the light. This is the end. I didn't want the quietest knife, the slowest hunt. You left without screaming, without one raised voice. Just walked out of love like it gave you no choice. The end I didn't want. The end I didn't want. Your side of the closet is empty and wide. Hangers still swaying like ghosts who once cried. I keep your old hoodie wrapped around my frame. Smells less like you now, more like my shame. Drive past that diner, the booth by the glass. Order your pancakes, let the syrup go fast. The waitress still asks if you're running late. I smile and say no while my heart suffocates. This is the end I didn't want. A slow bleeding sunset, no. You slipped through my fingers like rain through the street. Left me with echoes of your careful retreat. The end I didn't want. The end I didn't want. I replay the moment you paused at the stair. One hand on the railing, one last look of care. I thought it was mercy, a flicker of flight, but mercy was only you turning out light. This is the end I didn't want. The forever that broken, a single soft taunt. I'm still here holding pieces you never reclaimed, whispering stay to a love already named. The end I didn't want. God, I didn't want. The end I didn't want. And it's still ending. And it's still ending. Pause at the threshold with one hand on the frame. Look back like a hallway, might call out your name. Your lips parted once, then closed without sound. I waited for words that never came down. The door clicked shut, but the echo stayed here, soft as a heartbeat, trapped under the year. I stood in the quiet, counting the space where your shadow lingered, refusing to erase the goodbye that lingered, never really left the room. It hangs in the corners like smoke from a tomb. Every breath pulls it deeper inside. The goodbye that lingered, the goodbye that lingered, won't let me say you died. Your coat still hangs crooked on the back of the chair, sleeves slightly bent, like you might reappear. I pass it each morning, brush fingers along the fabric, remembers your shoulders are gone. I keep finding traces you didn't intend, a hairpin in carpet, a message unsent, each one a splinter that works itself in, reminding my heart where the leaving began. The goodbye that lingered, carved his name on every wall. It whispers your reasons whenever I fall. I try to outrun it, but it walks at my side. The goodbye that lingered, the goodbye that lingered, alive even after you died. I thought closure came sharp like a door slammed tight, but yours drifted slow through the long endless night. It settled in bones in the ache of my sleep, a ghost that knows secrets I'm too tired to keep. The goodbye that lingered still sits at the foot of my bed, replays every moment you never quite said. I reach for the silence, but it reaches back to the goodbye that lingered. God, it's still you, the goodbye that lingered, and I'm still saying goodbye to you. You left the porch light burning when you walked away. Suitcase wheels rolling soft across the gray. I stood inside the doorway with my arms hanging loose, watching love walk out in your ordinary shoes. The kettle screamed once and died in a silence, steam curled like regret around the absence. I turned it off and listened to the house hold its breath, waiting for a reason you never gave death. You didn't stay for love, even when it begged on board. hope. You didn't stay for love, not even when it screamed inside my skin. You didn't stay for love, and now I'm learning how to live within the hollow you carved out and left behind. You didn't stay, no, you didn't stay. You didn't stay for still here, bleeding, waiting, dying for nothing at all. You hung your coat on the hook by the door, left the kettle half full, still warm on the floor. I thought we had seasons, not just one afternoon, but your goodbye was quiet, over too soon. We laughed like the world owed us extra time. Your fingers in mine felt like counting in rhyme. Then the clock kept ticking, you started to fade like smoke from a match that someone already made. You didn't stay just long enough to ruin the rest of my days. You didn't stay long with me, left a lifetime on missing in the shape of your name. You didn't stay, no, you didn't stay long with me. Pillow still remembers the color of your head. I flip it over hoping the sand isn't dead, but everything softens, everything glows. Even the hurt learns how to lose its glow. I walk past the places we promised we'd keep, the bench by the river, the bench where you'd sleep. Now strangers sit there, they don't know the story, how I still wait for you in all of its glory. You didn't stay long with me, just borrowed my heart, then handed it back incomplete. You didn't stay long with me, left echoes of forever drowned under your feet. You didn't stay, God, you didn't stay long with me. I would have traded years for one more honest night, one more I love you spoken under the street light. But you packed your reasons light as summer air and vanished so cleanly, it's like you were never there. You didn't stay long with me, just long enough to teach me what empty can be. You didn't stay long with me, now every tomorrow still tastes like outside your windows, rattle warnings we pretended to ignore. You pull the blanket tight around your shoulders, said we'll wait it out, but your eyes were already at the door. Lightning carved your face in silver flashes. I reached for your hand, found fingers gone cold. Rain hammered questions we never could answer. You whispered I'm tired and the light felt too old. You didn't stay through the storm when the sky split open and the wind screamed your name. You didn't stay through storms, left me clutching wreckage while you chased clear days. I would have held the roof down with my bare hands, but you walked into sunlight, never looked back once. You didn't stay through storms, you didn't stay. The power went out, darkness swallowed the bedroom. I lit every candle just to see your shape leave you. Packed like the tempest was only in my chest, for the real one howled louder outside the eaves. Now every downpour brings your ghost to the window, drops straight so past your tears never made. I stand in the open, let the water soak through me, hoping the cold might finally wash you away. You didn't stay through storms when the lightning showed every crack we tried to hide. You didn't stay through storms, chose to come rising over the fire by my side. I still hear your footsteps fading in the rain, softest forgiveness I'll never obtain. You didn't stay through storms, you didn't stay. Ooh, ooh. I thought love meant weathering whatever came crashing. Thought shelter was something two people could build, but you needed blue skies more than you needed it breathing. And I needed you more than the storm ever did. You didn't stay through storms, left me rooted in thunder, soaked to the bone. You didn't stay through storms, now every cloud burst feels like coming home to a house with no roof and a heart full of rain, calling your name through the howl and the pain. You didn't stay through storms, God, you didn't stay, and the lightning still writes you across every sky I face alone. Streetlights bled orange through half-closed blinds. You slipped your shoes on without making a sound. I pretended to sleep while my ghost betrayed me. Felt the mattress lift when your weight left the ground. Your shadow stretched round across the hardwood floor. One last look back, then the hallway swallowed you whole. I counted your footsteps fading down the stair, each one a nail in the coffin of somewhere we were. You didn't stay until morning, left me tangled in sheets still warm from your skin. You didn't stay until morning, took the sunlight we promised and buried it in sand. Just gone before the light could call your name. You didn't stay, you didn't stay until morning. Coffee cup ringing on the table like evidence. Lipstick ghost on the rim where your mouth used to press. I trace it with trembling fingers, tasting regret. Wondering which goodbye hurt you more than it let on. Down crept slow like it pitied the room. Painted the walls in gold I couldn't consume. I stared at the ceiling where your voice used to live. Now it's just echoes of I'll be back. You never give. You didn't stay until morning, when the world wakes soft and the hurt feels brand new. You didn't stay until morning, left me holding the pieces of a night cut in two. No reason, no last tender lie. You didn't stay. Ooh, you didn't stay until morning. I would've traded every tomorrow for one honest dawn, wrapped in your arms while the city moved on. But you chose the dark road before the sky turned kind. Left me learning alone how to lose you in life. I know you didn't stay until morning. Now every sunrise feels like another defeat. You didn't stay until morning, and the ache wakes up first before my heartbeat. I still wait for your key and the lock you first gleam, but you didn't stay. God, you didn't stay. You didn't stay until morning, and mornings keep coming without you. You didn't stay until morning. Oh, you didn't stay until you didn't stay until morning. Rain at the window, like I knew we were breaking. You stood in the doorway with your coat already on. I said, please don't go, I can't breathe without saying. You looked at the floor like the answer was gone. The lamp stayed on all night, waiting for your shadow. I counted the hours by the ache in my chest. Every promise we carved felt like glass in my pillow. You left me the silence and took all the rest. You didn't stay when I needed, when the dark was too heavy to carry alone. You didn't stay when I pleaded, just turned into smoke and left me ghost of my own. You didn't some kind of relic. I'm hovering over delete, but it never goes through. I talk to your voicemail when the hurt gets too thick. Pretend that I'm busy, means someday it's you. The bed's too wide, now the mornings feel borrowed. Your side stays empty, the sheets never warm. I whisper your name like a prayer that's been hollowed, but heaven's not listening and neither's the storm. I would have swallowed the hurt just to keep you from pain, but you chose the easy road, the one without capture, and left me to drown in the flood of your name. You didn't stay when I needed, when the whole world was crashing inside of my ribs. You didn't stay when I was bleeding. Now I'm learning to live with the hole where you live. You didn't stay, and I'm still here breaking. You didn't stay, but I'm still waiting. Love knocked soft at the door you were closing. Whispered your name through the wood like a plea. You stood on the inside with your hand on the lock. Eyes dry as the desert, refusing to see. I held out my heart like a candle in rain, flame trembling hard but still calling your name. You watched it flicker, watched shadows grow long, then turned to the hallway and hummed a goodbye song. You didn't stay when love asked, when it begged on its knees in the cold midnight dark. You didn't stay when love asked, just stepped over the pieces and followed your spark. Left me cradling embers that used to be us. You didn't stay. You didn't stay. And love asks, the bed still remembers the weight of your doubt. Sheets twisted tight where you wrestled it out. I smooth them each morning, then crumple them fast, trying to erase how you left in the past. Your coffee cup sits with the rim still unmarked. No lipstick, no steam, just a ghost in the dark. I lift it sometimes, press lips to the edge, taste nothing but absence and salt from the pledge. Yeah. You didn't stay when love asked, when it offered forever wrapped soft in my hands. You didn't stay when love asked, chose the open world over these trembling lands. I'm still here repeating the question you heard. You didn't stay. You didn't stay when love asked. didn't stay when love asked. Now the echo keeps knocking unanswered and roar. You didn't stay when love asked. Left me locked in a house with no windows, no door. I still hear it pleading in every quiet breath. You didn't stay, God, you didn't stay. You didn't stay. Still asking